everybody, my name is Ito and I'm happy to bring you another exciting night of ESEA Advanced Season 33. Today we have an interesting game between Hot Ass and Kinship Black. Now, surprisingly, the name Hot Ass isn't even the most interesting part of this match. It's that Hot Ass has actually come off of a pretty impressive winning streak and have actually lost their last game, so their winning streak is tarnished. They no longer have that spotless record that they were chasing down. But both these teams have, I believe, faced 2 losses and are obviously looking to improve their record. Definitely heading into this game, there's some notable names that you should mention. Hot Ass has Hoppin, KRZ, Creature X. They went by Obi before, or Obsidian. And then we have Jack and Huston closing out the roster for the CT side. And then Kinship Black has Poison, Vulcan, Blaker, Slash, and Vayne. And we immediately have a pause right off the bat. That's a perfect way to start off your match, is a pause. Can't get much better than that. But it shouldn't be too long now. I would imagine this is technical, just judging by the actual length of it. But I suppose this is a perfect time to actually talk about what these past 2 teams have actually faced. So Kinship Black, for a little bit of history, let's first go over them. They're 4-3 in the season here, and they have actually had 3 back-to-back losses in a row. To varying degrees of closeness. Their first one was against Rise Esports Club, who is one of the top contenders for the season. They lost 19-15 in overtime, and that was a real nail-biter of a match. And then the second was UCF Knights. Honestly, I don't know a lot about them. I haven't casted any of their matches, but apparently it was a pretty close loss as well, 14-16. Now, they had the heaviest blow dealt to them when they recently took on Buff Daddy's PayPal team, which is a team that's flawless in the season, so it's a tough task to be sure. But they lost that in a 16-8 fashion. Vulcan was one of the few standout players during that game, though, so big things to expect from him. But 3 losses in a row like that definitely isn't the greatest morale boost that I'm sure Kinship Black are looking for. They just want to make their record a little better. Hot Ass has had a slightly better season. They're sitting at 5-2. Most recent loss was actually just a couple of days back. It was versus Polar Ace South, where they lost in a pretty dominant fashion. That was on Inferno, and they lost 16-5. I actually had the honor of casting that game. And Hot Ass, they had some occasional moments when they were doing relatively well. In particular, if you saw the player highlight with Jack, he was getting some pretty insane Desert Eagle, rounds going out there. And there's more than one, really, but that one that I highlighted for my player highlight was my personal favorite. They've also taken one other loss to Lavender, 16-13 there, but otherwise they've been pretty spotless, and most of their wins have been pretty dominant as well. Their closest game that was actually a win was 16-14 over Lewd Anime Swingers, who are doing pretty good in the season as well. But for all their other matches, it's been 16-4, 16-2, 16-7, and 16-8, all in their favor. So definitely both teams have a lot to prove, and they're going to be able to start it off on this pistol round. Again, my name is Ito, and I am very happy and excited to bring you this match between 2 teams that really have it all to look out for here. And Hoppin immediately delivers already with 1, and the T's pushing out immediately onto the A-bomb side, trying to swarm the CTs to varying levels of success, and unfortunately it's just not going to work as Hot Ass just dominates on the A-bomb site and takes down Kinship Black in just a matter of seconds, it feels like. As soon as we got the pretty flybys over with, the T's were already decimated, it felt like. So pistol round doesn't go in the favor of Kinship Black whatsoever here. They try entering out very, very quickly. Relatively common enough to see from T side. Usually you see a little more utility action. But you'd also see quite a bit of utility action over here as well. It doesn't seem to be the case for either team. Vulcan is holding close with the Desert Eagle versus Jack. And Jack shows them, I am the real boss of the outside area, as he picks up 2. 1 onto Marshmallow and 1 close to Slash, where he stands to this day trying to trade him out. But no luck whatsoever. Jack, although he does eventually fall, it's not without its pretty costly price. Molotov out as well, forces Vayne out of position, and things just get worse by the moment for Kinship Black. 2-on-4. Soon to be a 1-on-4 if things keep up at this rate. The CTs are just kind of overwhelming them and swarming them from behind. A player in Huston comes up from Marshmallow and just picks off 2 for free. So that was kind of a given round, to be honest. That wasn't too surprising, the result of it. Kinship Black only able to piece together 1 kill in the chaos of that round. But otherwise, the CTs are just easily able to line their pockets with a little more money and get into a comfortable economic situation for the inevitable guns that are going to be brought to the table. Round 3, and Kinship Black already have AKs, as well as a single Krieg in the hands of Poison. And speaking of Poison, he is not looking good for wear. 56 HP to his name. He is hurting. But Hot Ass are trying to make lemonades out of the lemons that they're given. Although they have SMGs, paling in comparison to the AK-47s. They're going to go ahead and try to play aggressively here. KRZ with a FAMAS is actually delivering more so than the AKs ever would, as he's going to be able to pick up a double, soon to be a triple, if Slash keeps going down this dangerous road. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Creature falls. Vulcan, one of the players to watch in this map, and just doesn't seem like anything is going the way of Kinship Black. A single kill for Poison with the Krieg, but this is so much money just down the drain for Kinship Black. Finally, second frag, a refrag comes through onto Jack, but Slash stuck in a 1-on-3, down from a 1-on-4, and a disgusting nade from Creature closes it out. You don't even need to see the terrorist to win the round. Now Kinship Black, because of their heavy monetary investment in that last round, are going to have peanuts to work with here. Really, they're not going to have much of anything. Sure, they have that full loss bonus coming through, but they haven't really even been able to take advantage of that just yet. It's rough times for them, but there's still plenty of Counter-Strike to play. Not the end of the world. That's the end of Blaker's life. A Krieg, 1 shot to the face, takes him down. And that's why it's so scary to buy Krieg super early on. Is that because if they get them in, or if you get them in the hands of the CT side, I mean, they can just run rampant with them. Absolutely one of the scariest guns. Yeah, and I'd argue the scariest gun in the game. But Hoppin has another scary gun. Won't find the first shot. Vulcan returns with the Desert Eagle. And speaking of Desert Eagle, it's actually Vayne to strike first blood over towards ramp. Hoppin is going for seconds and thirds, but he's full. And we'll choose to rotate down now to the lower site here. Jack finds Poison over towards upper. Huston towards lower. Vayne is now in a 1-on-4 again, but still no chances in these clutches. Not by a long shot. Hot Ass. Go down 4. Aw, Sully, what's up, dude? How you doing? I hope you feel better, man. Love your casts. Smile. Either way, 4-0. It's looking pretty good for Hot Ass at the moment. But they've gotten their throwaway rounds out of the way. Kinship Black, they're going to have another buy to bring to the table. This time with another Krieg. This is where things can get a little bit worrying, though. If they lose that Krieg super early on, it can mean terrible things. However, they're off to about the best start you could hope for. Poison finds blood almost immediately and takes down Hoppin. Huston looking to try to return fire over towards lobby, though. Nearly catches out Blakers, but Blakers is better on the duel, takes down Huston. And now things are looking solid for Kinship Black. This should be a round that they can just clean up from here on out. Jack will try to extend, even up this man disadvantage that they're at to some extent. It's not looking very likely. There's no give from Kinship Black at the moment, and Jack is forced to nearly give up his life just to get out with relative safety. He spends a lot of money. It's not the prettiest situation by any stretch of the imagination. KRZ is going to have a monumental task to hold down the ramp side right here. He's holding behind the smoke at the moment, so if Kinship Black completely cross him and just choose not to follow, maybe he could go absolutely massive here. It's still a gamble no matter how you try to strike it here, but Hot Ass have somehow made this work. They find 2 frags elsewhere, but KRZ is just pulling a sneaky on them. It's a 2-on-3, but KRZ easily could go ahead and juice out a little bit of extra money from this round. Knows exactly where Vayne is playing here, but they have to be careful because someone is watching in control. It's Poison. Good on the op, just like the real one. Z or S. People named Poison always seem to deliver in kind. Now Creature has no chance, no choice, but to save this gun for another round. Hot Ass will eventually drop one to Kinship Black after they get that 3 versus 5 that they're hoping for. I was a little bit scared for a moment considering that Hotass were able to find 2 frags very, very quickly in return. But it wasn't enough for them to secure the round, as the CTs will learn the hard way. Still, though, money isn't hurting that much. You're easily going to be able to get a second buy up. That's not the issue, but it's what comes after that's really scary. No more Krieg to play with. KRZ unable to have any fruits bore from the monumental amount of effort that he put in towards that flank, and things become ever more difficult as Kinship Black, they now have a little bit of a read on the situation here. Poison already looking at door with an AWP will get smoked out. But one pushing up close is Creature X with the M4. Gets one, but the second isn't quite there to trade things out. Hoppin now hides, dances behind the smoke, right back over to ramp. And we're back to square one here. It's a 4-on-4. Kinship Black have a ton of map control outside. They want to maybe take this over towards A. KRZ has a chance to go absolutely massive, but Kinship Black have been really clever so far not to make much noise. KRZ has no idea how close to danger he is right now, nor do Kinship Black apparently. Contact will be made eventually over towards B. Seems to be their final destination considering it's a conga line with a bomb in the front. But they're being awfully clean about it. Hoppin overstays his welcome and nearly burns alive because of it, but he gets an AWP frag before he eventually has to back off. Now waiting for rotates, but a fantastic wallbang from Blakers. Great read on the situation, allows Kinship Black to just take over the site, get the bomb down, make this a very winnable situation now. Post-plant situation, and almost nothing to show for it. Hotass, they drop 2 players. Blakers with the game sense, man. First that wallbang, second up the HE. Maybe you don't need to hit the shots when your brain is that massive. Kinship Black now will get that second one in a row. And the CTs will have their money start hurting just a little bit here. They won't be able to buy up almost anything into this one. Blakers is also the GOAT. He really is. Blakers has been doing fantastically early on. 3 and 5. Not the craziest performance in the world, but some of the frags he've gotten have been some incredible impact ones. Kinship Black is going for a conga line out towards, well, outside. But I'm not sure if the T's will even oblige. Try bothering. They're going to bring things over towards ramp for the time being. Vulcan is just lurking in lobby alongside his teammate Vayne. Full investment from Kinship Black into this one. Slash has so much information, really. Since he's just sneaking all the way down secret, can get a good foothold on the B-bomb site before they actually commit to it. Hotass are trying to take fights, but no give from Kinship Black again. They're being awfully secure in how they push this, using a ton of utility just to make their way down ramp. They are cutting no losses for this one. First impact will happen as Hoppin falls immediately. Creature X is not exactly in the kindest state at the moment. Molotov comes through with a smoke right behind it. Slash needs a bit of spam damage, and Slash tries to return the favor, but unfortunately not going to work out for either side. Good HE onto Huston, just wards him off. Right now the CTs just kind of look for exit frags. They had minimal investment, and they get minimal return into this round. However, Kinship Black, I mean, it's one of those maps where you really have to start getting out early. So if Kinship Black just walk into the crosshairs even a little bit, people like KRZ could maybe get a little bit of extra money in their pocket. Blakers, Vulcan will both find kills apiece, and unfortunately, KRZ is only able to tint the kill feed blue for just a moment. But otherwise, it's yellow all the way. Kinship Black looking good on the T side for at least these first 3 rounds, but still plenty of more to go. Hotass choosing to force up into this one here. They're going to, cut a couple of corners. They're going to have light utility on a few players. And Huston is going to have to settle for an MP9. Not that gun's, any terrible by any means, but you definitely would want to prefer an M4 in these kind of situations here. Kinship Black immediately going to bring the story downstairs where Hoppin is ready for it. He's caught off guard for a moment. but still is able to get the frags that he needs. Same story with Huston. How has he stayed alive with this MP9? Manages to get a frag for his trouble as well. 3 versus 3 in a brawly duel that eventually ends up on the A-bomb site. Post plant and no kits in favor of Hot Ass makes this a very, very tough retake. No matter how you try to slice it, they're going to have to move quick. But Kinship Black have still a little bit of utility to expend, and Poison cannot give up his life like that. Gives it up early on while trying to search for that man advantage that they're so desperately looking for here. But now it's going to be up to Slash. He's going to deliver with 1. He's on for a 2K for the round. He can do even better. Kit retrieve from KRZ. Is he just going to try to stick the bomb while Creature watches his back? No! Creature isn't watching his back, and Kinship Black are able to close it out. Close, but no cigar from Hot Ass as they will go up in flames. And now have the book evened up. Kinship Black are getting off to a better start than they had for the initial 4. As they most likely are going to be taking the lead early on Nuke. Considering the investment from Hot Ass isn't exactly amazing. However, that HE does a decent amount of damage. Poison is already down to 75, and that theoretically could pay its dividends down the line if those P250s can perhaps find a kill that they want. But again, Kinship Black are just being so careful with how they're handling these anti-eco rounds. Again, cutting no losses. Hot Ass will return to lower, but Blakers good on the entry as ever. Takes down KRZ. Gets first blood in favor of the terrorists yet again. No returns through. Vulcan might be on borrowed time, though. He has a lot of money to his name, too. AK, full armor, and a decent amount of utility. Having him go down would be surely a blow for the confidence, if nothing else, of Kinship Black. But I think they will avoid danger for the time being. Look how slow and methodical Kinship are being throughout this. So much respect given Hot Ass at the moment here, and how could you not? They've done so well, they've done well so far in the season, but not good enough to win a crazy round like this one here. Hassan's going to try his best with the Mag 7. No luck. Hoppin goes for some YouTube content and ends up nearly taking down his teammate. Or actually, wait, did he take down his teammate? Okay, no, he didn't take out his teammate. I was a little bit scared after he got that second frag, but it looks like Hot Ass have avoided danger for the time being, so things are steady. Kinship Black will take the lead for the first time in this game after playing very, very carefully and really just biding their time, waiting for Hot Ass to bring the fights to them. Waiting for Hot Ass to back it up into them, if you get what I'm saying. Hubba. Anyway, 2 players set up over towards outside. Jack will be making his home over towards Mini, and again that nade coming through. This time it tags Blakers heavier than Poison, but it's still a decent amount of damage, and I say this all the time, it's surely just a cliche for me at the moment, but it really does pay dividends down the line because that means those M4s can one-shot now. Vulcan doesn't care about any one-shot potential, will just immediately one-shot a player, and Creature X down as they crawl their way into the B site very, very quickly. Hoppin, not long for this world, falls almost immediately, and Hot Ass already on the back foot of this round as a Kinship Black just bring a blistering pace to the B bomb site and get the bomb down super early on. Force the situation early from Hot Ass. They're not getting the kills that they need to make this situation work for them either, and KRZ is going to be left in the dust all by his lonesome, trying to pull off a miraculous clutch, but no give from Kinship Black. Hey, what's up, Noobage? You didn't miss too much. Not too much crazy action. Still early on in this game, and we have still more Counter-Strike to go after this. We have one more match down in ESEA main after this one's done. Let's go ahead and stay on topic for the time being. Hot Ass, more pistols. Still, their gun rounds have not exactly done well for them whatsoever. Hey, what's up, Sparky? How you doing? Pistol rounds have had very little success for the CT side. Have not been able to punish anything that Kinship Black are doing. That being said, again, you have to give a lot of respect for how Kinship Black are playing this. For example, just look at how Poison was playing that, very disciplined over by door, not trying to aggro with his teammates over towards, ramp where they actually have a decent amount of information and could easily take this lower. They have a decent read on the situation though, and Vayne will go ahead and make the deal even sweeter for Kinship Black. Good headshot though from KRZ as a player crosses over towards ramp. He's searching for a little bit more, but I don't think Slash will oblige. However, KRZ just might force the issue. Smoke comes out, so he knows danger is lurking nearby. Otherwise, though, it's just a clean sweep for Kinship Black. Only one player going down in the midst of things, and that's Vulcan. Now, Vulcan was my player to watch. Hasn't exactly been having the most standout game so far. He's the quietest in the server alongside his, or on his side of the table, I suppose you can say. But I mean, when your team is starting to roll like this, doesn't even matter that much. Seems really starting to do well and get that momentum going. Much needed for a T side on a map like Nuke. And again, that nade is so good from Hot Ass. I'm surprised they haven't been able to capitalize on it whatsoever. If only they knew how much damage it was doing every single time, surely they would try to nade stack it or something, because Kinship Black are still going for it. That same boost. And although it hasn't exactly been a game changer, sure as hell doesn't hurt either. KRZ holding down in garage all by his lonesome will have to face off versus 3 terrorists and does even more damage, making things a bit tougher. Hot Ass are actually in the running for this round as they made it a 4-on-3, make it into a 4-on-2 just like that. Bomb is down as well. Slash is still question mark on this radar, and they might not exactly know how to deal with this X Factor. Because if Slash can get this first kill, maybe even a second, things would look awfully good. Vulcan is going to go ahead and deliver with 2, and what is this? Just like that, they're going to be able to deliver! Bahamut delivers even better! YouTube content galore for the man. The phase pickup shows off his no-scopes. And he somehow drags Hot Ass, kicking and screaming to their 5th round, but it's not without its losses. That was a crazy one, hopping around. Now he has to be feeling good about that one. After their last match, he went to Twitter and said, I didn't get any YouTube content this time, and well, apparently he's not going to be getting it this round, but that last one, something to marvel at, and that's for sure. Nice 1 versus 2. Kinship Black dropping their first round in a while. Otherwise, it's been a drought for Hot Ass, and when your ass is that hot, you need to cool it down with some water. But what are you doing, Jack? He's just caught off guard. Hassan is going to go ahead and try to even this up, and he does manage to catch off Vulcan. A little bit of util down the drain. KRZ finds another, delivers with even more, and maybe Hot Ass still do have a little bit of life left in them yet. KRZ delivering again with a FAMAS. Hudson is upgrade to Krieg, and Creature is still stuck up in heaven. And now, Kinship are going to have to go through hell and back just to try to make this round work. It was looking so good, so golden for them for the time being, especially after they got that initial entry in through Mini, but just kind of falls apart from there on out. No miraculous plays this time around, Hot Asses. They're going to be left wondering what just went wrong. Triple kill from KRZ, undeniably the hero of that round. Force up still ends up netting the CTs another much needed round. As this one is staying relatively competitive across both sides. It's good luck. It looks like they are going to be setting up for an outer execute, the T side. The nade doesn't, or the nade comes through, but this time it looks like Kinship Black have finally adjusted to it and won't get tagged down. Hey, what's up, Cobra? How you doing? 4 players in the war effort to take outside. Most notable, look at Hoppin here. He's managed to sneak his way into a sneaky position. The shot through smoke doesn't net them anything, but Jack is going to have a rough time coming up soon. They're basically kissing through that wall. He has to know that terrorists are close, and he's going to be going on a terrorist hunt. Perhaps I'm thinking of the wrong game, though. This is no Rainbow Six Siege. KRZ, though, will still use his ACOG to take down Vulcan. And wait, I'm still talking about Siege. Now outside is a little bit of a question mark here. If you notice, Vayne is dangerously close to Jack at the moment. They still have not turned around to spot each other. And this, I mean, this could either backfire immensely for Hot Ass, or it could work out perfectly in their favor. Luckily, both of them have managed to avoid taking the fight, but I mean, you see how close these two are. It's actually absurd. Vayne is starting to get a little suspicious now. 4 versus 5. The push will make its way out eventually over towards A, but Huston will be ready behind the smoke, surely, to take care of anything that Kinship Black are trying to bring. It's a crazy spray through. He's actually able to get two. How has he managed to stay alive for that long? That's actually absurd. Jack, why haven't you turned around yet? The last player's in heaven, and they might not know of it yet. The Creek spray is wild, but this round is even wilder. Excuse me. That's Hot Ass. Make it to 7. Keep things competitive. Nubich says, I'm not officially a Cole fanboy. They did so well at Blast and OMG. Jason is such a good human being. Dude, Complexity, I'm really liking them, in all honesty. I'm having a lot more love for them recently. I haven't really been a fan of any of their rosters since, like, I don't know, 2014, when they're actually, like, really good. No, actually, maybe that roster with Ye was pretty fun to watch as well. Anyway, back to the game at hand real quick. Let's go ahead and try to close out this first half real quick. Jack spraying over towards door wildly, is forced out of position. Over towards Mini. Evicted. Interesting setup from Kinship Black, though. You notice how they have the bomb rotating over towards a ramp, actually back to lobby. Stink up the devil. Smoke goes down in ramp. Still no first blood struck, which is something that I haven't been able to say too much this match, considering how fast some of these frags have gone out. You haven't really seen many slow defaults from Kinship Black, unless it was something like an anti-eco. But either way, it's a much needed change, and hopefully one that ends up doing them a little bit of good as they try to close out this half. A strange meeting over towards Vents. Ends up only netting them 2 kills, but traded right back from Jack as he finds a double with his M4A4. Now it's back to a 3-on-3, but bomb is planted over at the B bomb site, and KRZ is already ready for it. He's hiding in corner, which they haven't checked, which makes this all the more palatable of a situation for Hot Ass, as they can just wait for rotates, try to bring it down, try to bring the game slowly, but unfortunately KRZ isn't ready for it. He's going to have to take all these duels here and try to save his team in this last possible round, but he looks away at the wrong time. Why did he look away there? Oh, it's so unfortunate. But Hot Ass will eventually lose the lead despite getting off to a pretty nice 4-0 start to the map. Will struggle to find much else, from there on out. That was a really good attempt from KRZ. He was hitting all the shots he needed. I'm just wondering if he did not see that a flash come out from ramp or something like that, or if he just misjudged the timing, something else entirely. But the rotates weren't exactly there, and it ended up really, really hurting Hot Ass. It's a pain in the ass, I suppose you could even say. Second half comes through. Kinship Black will now be switching over to our CT side and giving it a go. Blakers will be our utility man. Double flashes, as well as a nice diffuse kit. Only 2 flashes for Hot Ass as well. I know that I think they like going for quick executes over towards ramp from what I remember, but they're already switching it up, so it seems they still have the wrong read on the situation. Vayne, though, perfect read. Takes down Jack. He is a nutter with pistols, Jack. But I guess Vayne is no slouch either. There is a kind of ramp aggression I was expecting from Hot Ass, but they're going to bring it right back over towards A. Now a man down. This becomes a very tough challenge for them. They made their way onto the A bomb site, and they're getting all the frags that they need as Hoppin is able to deliver with 1, Huston with another. And suddenly it's a 2-on-4. Kinship Black, they got off to a really hot start in this round, but I guess from there on out, we're unable to find any of the frags that they needed. Hopping around, just able to find a double, and Huston just taking a long-standing duel on the player over at Mini is still able to come out on top. And it's the same story with the player in heaven, the players in heaven. The CTs overstay their welcome for a dangerous amount of time, and it ends up eventually leading to their demise. Not a good look, considering Kinship Black were off to a 5 versus 4 and had almost every advantage to speak of. Diffuse kit, we still have plenty of flashes to work with. I'm not even sure if those flashes from Hot Ass ended up actually doing anything. If they did, then I'm just NA observer, but who knows. Kinship Black going to go ahead and try to force and give it their best shot with a bunch of util to speak of as well. Blakers with a little bit of return fire unfortunately gets nothing. It's Vayne who will, though. Takes down Hoppin. That's a good player to have out of the picture. He's doing very well for his team. Second highest when it comes to frags. But right now, Hot Ass definitely do want to try taking things slow and really try to wait out this utility that Kinship Black have spent so much of their hard-earned money on. Because they still have plenty of time to play with here. Time is the least of their issues, but that nade might be the biggest of issues for Poison. Luckily, he avoids certain death. Good tags through from Hot Ass, so makes things a little better for them. But Kinship Black now just actually have to deal with the inevitable push of Hot Ass. Blakers. Good shot on the player. First off, it's KRZ to fall. Now he'll try to back over towards site, but the refrag is surely going to come through. He goes for seconds, and unfortunately, he's a bit too stuffed to finish that one up. Creature knows that there's a player in single door, so he's just going to set down a nice little welcoming mat and then go ahead and plant the bomb as well. And I think Hot Ass have officially avoided what looked like a very scary round for Kinship Black, only having 2 losses at the end of the day. It's looking a little bit worrying for a second. I think it's hard to say otherwise, considering, again, it was another 4 versus 5 for Hot Ass. But it seems that once they started waiting out that utility a little bit more, things started to look a lot better for them. Patience is a virtue, and Hot Ass are certainly doing well to watch for it so far. Not really squeaky aggression so far, it seems. Hot Ass are going to keep things slow. Interesting to note, look at where Vayne is currently positioned, trying to push in towards lobby. He's making a lot of noise, and Creature X will one-up him, and it's a sea of yellow in the kill feed, a sea of Hot Ass. That sounds weird out of context, doesn't it? Anyway, only 1 player going down so far, maybe a second, possibly even third if he's lucky enough, but unfortunately, he isn't carrying his rabbit's foot and is only able to get that double. Considering minimal investment, not too terrible, though. They denied the bomb plant that Hot Ass were most likely going to be going for. It could have been even more dangerous if that flash worked out for Vayne. It's not meant to be, and that's okay, because now they're going to have guns, and this is where the real fight can begin. Hot Ass now neck and neck with Kinship Black here. We'll be setting down a couple of smoke grenades so they can safely make their way down towards Secret. Bomb slowly making its way in towards the lobby. Meanwhile, Vayne with a nice spray on through. That was through the squeaky door up on top, which is kind of interesting considering it was through a smoke, but that's exactly what they need to give themselves a nice little boost to morale, if nothing else. Blakers, though, needs to hit this duel as well. Hoppin is checking for it, knows exactly that he's there, but they aren't ready for Poison. And the AWP is able to do magic, and Blakers is still able to get a frag. The refrags are just so good from Kinship. No frag left untraded, apparently, and Hot Ass now definitely on the verge of losing this one. It's going to have to be another miracle. We haven't seen any miracles so far, but Jack just might change my mind on it. He finds the first slash practically gives it up to him. He doesn't have the bomb in his favor, though, and because of that, this just becomes such a monumental task now. Poison realizes it. We'll just choose to back up over towards the bomb and let the fight come to him, because Jack, it's either save your gun or really just go for something balls to the wall. At this point, though, there's no more time. Jack is just going to go ahead and try to cause a little bit of chaos, die before time, and maybe get a couple of guns out of the hands of the CTs if they possibly can help it. But he is in a dangerous position. He has to be ready for anything. But still, respect will be given. Kinship Black will not try to chase down the frag, and they will let him get away with that single AK-47. Otherwise, though, the T's are going to be able to put together a buy. That's not the real problem, but as I mentioned before, it's what comes next that's really scary. If Hot Ass lose this one, Kinship Black, not only will they have even the game up, but their money will be just dire straits entirely. They won't really have anything going for them, and it's really there where Kinship Black can start getting a lot of good stuff going. Jack is tagged down to 29 on his way towards Secret. And that is one hurtful excavation. And Another refrag from Vulcan. Surprisingly, the spot on top of Hut wasn't able to net them the frags that they need here, but they're trying to bear fruits. But to varying success, the refrags are perfect from either team here, and we're down to a 2-on-2 through the fire and the flames and the chaos. Poison will pick up another one with his AWP, forcing the situation onto KRZ. Now, KRZ has been a fantastic player this entire game. I believe he's top fragging on his team. But a clutch like this is surely too much to ask for. 19 frags. Not only is he the highest on his team, but he's the highest in the server entirely. KRZ will take the warp pipe downwards. Move to the B-bomb site. Planting straight out in the open. So much aggression and so much confidence. Mojo in this 1-on-2. Here's a bit of information. Knows one player has to be over towards ramp. It's how he divides his fight. Slash. Ready for it, but not ready enough. That's where the one-shot potential really comes in handy, and why you always mention that early damage, because KRZ is able to get the first. Now he's just dancing around the rafters right now. KRZ notices the smoke go out. He's now waiting for Poison, who could still take this slow as he wants. Pushes out over towards site. Poison is looking the wrong way, and KRZ just gets it. A 1-on-2. Not an easy task by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just nothing for him. KRZ just runs over them. Outplayed and outgamed. Hot ass will get up to that 11. At the same time, though, you have to give respect. Kinship Black, I mean, really the only big fault that I saw was Slash trying to take that fight aggressively over towards ramp. If he missed that shot, they were going to be stuck in that situation almost no matter what. And KRZ, now he's really feeling it. Maybe not for long, though. Poison quickly trades him out with a nice Desert Eagle headshot, and Blakers is actually able to get an AK because of it. But Hot Ass surely are going to be able to make this 12, so they've officially avoided certain danger in the form of Kinship Black being able to even things up as well as get the money together. And Kinship Black actually aren't even going to be going for this whatsoever. At least Blakers is out of the equation. They're just trying to cause damage now. Trying to make it a little more painful for this Hot Ass. Try to cool them down. Put a nice pack on it, whatever you want to say. Creature is playing with fire here, and good spam through. It's actually Hoppin to finish the job. But Creature isn't ready for the man playing close up. Hoppin is delivered with 2. Upgrades to an AK for his trouble, and it is 12 now for the terrorists. So they are keeping up the momentum versus Kinship Black. But again, this is the next really big hurdle that they have to cross. Kinship Black are now going to be able to afford weaponry. And they're going to be able to afford a good amount of it as well. AWP's surely going to be brought to the table. Hey, Mills, thanks for subscribing, dude. Holy shit, that's huge. Thank you. Trying to get to 15. That way I can add more emotes. So if anything helps. Thank you so much, man. Slash taking a shortcut over towards Secret. Nearly gets caught off guard by KRZ. But luckily he avoids death for now. But death is knocking on his door, and surely it'll be coming for him soon enough. Vayne. Nice push attempt. Husson is wise to it. Takes him down. 7 HP left, though. He's kind of hurting a little bit here. A push through vent. Slash is not ready for the sheer pace and momentum. He's trying to pull a Hoppin, but he's not ready for it, it seems. Blakers. Last one left standing for Kinship Black, and the last thing separating them from that inevitable 13th round. And now Hot Ass are really starting to haul ass as they want to finish up this game quickly. They've leaped through all the hurdles that they've needed to. Now they just need to get the last 3. Money is very strange from Kinship Black. I'm surprised they aren't trying to force this a little more, considering Blakers definitely has enough money to buy like an M4 or something, but I guess they really want to try to get an AWP out. Double smoke committed over towards ramp, and you're starting to see some of these cracks start to form in Kinship Black, how they're playing this. They're going for something a little bit sneaky, though. They're boosting Blakers up on top of these boxes over at the ramp side. Hot Ass have generally not messed with that all too much, though. But aggression has been really the signature play of Kinship Black so far, and this round doesn't seem to be an exception. KRZ finds first blood. Vulcan playing with fire here actually isn't the next one to fall. It's actually KRZ who is with that Desert Eagle slash, trying to go for more, but unfortunately will not be given it. But bomb is down for Hot Ass. That makes things very, very difficult now for the T's, but I guess it doesn't matter when you get all the kills. Vulcan won't even find one in his very tough clutch. And Hot Ass will make it to 14. Now this is, I've said it before, but this is probably the last hurdle Kinship Black will have to, or excuse me, Hot Ass will have to cross. The last bridge, however you want to say it. They can taste victory, and they're so close to it. And they are cutting no losses, Kinship Black here. Double snipers committed. They want to take the long game, but will it work out for long? Hoppin will be here to try to decide for us. He quickly makes his way down towards Secret. Bomb is in the hands of Jack right now. This is over towards Ramp, where another sniper will actually be waiting in the hands of Blakers this time around. Hoppin finds first blood, though. That's over towards Secret. That takes down Vulcan. That's huge. Blakers are probably second on the chopping block, excuse me. He's able to get one kill with that AWP, and Poison will most likely be able to do the same. But now they know exactly where he is, and because of that, Poison just basically has a target painted on his back. KRZ will just play with his food a little bit before eventually chomping down and making a dinner out of the Opper. Poison has done well for his team so far, but surely he can't get away with more. He already blows my mind with one, but he thinks the bomb is planted lower. Now he has a deadly secret. You're at the wrong site, buddy. But at what point, what do you even do here if you're Poison? Do you just try to save your... Does he still think it's B? Wait, is it B? I can't even tell. He realizes... Well, I was gonna say, at what point, what do you do here other than just try to save your gun for the 15 that you're gonna be staring down the barrel of? It looked like he wanted to go for that retake. He just kind of got his Y coordinate wrong. Because of that, he's just forced to save it. Hoppin is just going for a little bit extra, right? He actually nearly takes it out. That would have been some YouTube content. But unfortunately, no. However, Hot Ass can still go home feeling happy about that one, because they are now only one round away from being able to take this match and improve to that 6-1 or 6-2 record in the ESEA Advanced season. They've delivered so far in this match. And Kinship Black are really going to have to pull out all the stops now. Poison with that AWP that he saved from last time might be the last gun he'll even have a chance to buy up in this match. Creature X is watching for any pushes, and there's going to be double trouble over towards Ramp, and the CTs do double up and get frags. It's actually Vayne to find the first one, and luckily a refrag comes through from Jack, but that's still far from the end of the story for Hot Ass here, as they're going to have to pull off something amazing, and Jack is just impressing me all the way here. He finds another entry onto the A site, hopping around, hops, well, straight up around the border into the A bomb site. Kinship Black go. Refrag isn't quite there, but KRZ surely is. He has 4 bullets to speak of here, and Poison is ready on it. Kinship Black make it to double digits, but it's not without its question marks. They bleed so many players while doing it. Comes down to a 1 versus 1 at the end of the day. And although Kinship are going to be able to buy up, it's not going to be the prettiest one in the world. They're going to have to cut some losses. Vulcan, only a single flashbang. Their utility usage, Kinship Black, has notoriously been, like, very heavy. They've really, like, have not struggled on their utility so far. So having Kinship Black lacking a little bit is not exactly a good sign for the times. Hot Ass, though, will try to work with what they got here. And they are delivering so far. Hoppin finds the first frag. Soon to be a second as he tries to spray it over towards the A site. However, it's a bit ambitious. And he ends up having his face blown to bits. Bomb, luckily not down just yet, though. That's currently playing contact over towards B. A conga line. Now waiting for just a vents drop, it seems like at the moment. Jack is in a perfect position to snuff out any rotates coming through vent. But it's up to his teammates to take care of what's going on underneath. Jack will take care of the upper part. He delivers with 1 so far. Maybe he can get a second one here if he gets lucky on Vayne. Head not spotted just yet here, and Vayne surely is going to be able to capitalize on this, or perhaps he isn't. Vayne is actually going to get his teammate. Now Bomb is rotated upwards here. Nice welcome mat from Jack as he actually spots the player, and we're down to a 2-on-2. KRZ will be watching his teammates back over towards Heaven, but don't turn around at the wrong time now, because Poison is going to be coming from it, and he's poised to get the kill. Poison gets the first. Now it's up to him to pull off a miracle here. He gets the tag onto KRZ, but KRZ betters him, and Hot Ass are going to be able to finally close out this match. And my lord, was that a close one to the very bitter end. Hot Ass, though, are still going to be able to come out on top at the very end of the day, though, and win that one in a very close and fun match to watch. Honestly, that one, I was worried if it was going to deliver or not, but hindsight is 2020, and my god, I am not scared at all anymore. With that, though, I am going to go ahead and toss it to a break. There's still another match of Counter-Strike to go if you guys are interested. We're going to be going down to ESEA Main for Cursed Ascension versus Vanquish Gaming. Two teams that have been doing phenomenally in the season so far, one of which has actually not taken a loss just yet. But I'm just going to go ahead and toss it to some music for the meantime, though. We'll be back later, and feel free to drop a Twitch Prime if that's your thing. If not, that's cool. I'm just happy you're watching. We'll see you soon.